Allow me at this juncture to invite him as a key.
The Zambia Airports Corporation Limited has said it's developing new strategies to maintain the airports in its chain. At the recently concluded Airport Council International Conference in Lagos, the Director of Airport Operations of the corporation said managing the 4 designated international airports in that country takes into cognizance their peculiar role.
As Zambia Airports Corporation Limited, we operate 4 airports. The biggest one is the Kenneth Kaunda International Airport, followed by Simon Mwansa Kapwepwe International Airport in the Copper Belt region, so obviously catering for the copper mining industry. And then we have a tourist airport called Livingston International, or rather Harry Mwangankumbula International Airport, which obviously caters for the tourists and located in the Victoria Falls area. So these 4 airports are government-owned, 100%, but operated commercially. So we have the mandate as a company to operate them and make a profit. And as you know, there's been a major transformation in how airports are run. In the past, we operated airports just to create infrastructure for airlines to land in. And really, it didn't seem to matter whether anybody was making a profit or not. That has changed. Everybody is striving to make money. We're currently sitting at 10% of non-aeronautical revenues. In our new strategic plan, which we started last year, we are looking to grow it to 20% and eventually get to the world standards, which are about 40 to 50%.
One of Nigeria's flag carrier, Air Peace, is reassuring its passengers that it's running a strict safety and fleet maintenance program. The airline said its fleet comprised a family of Boeing 737 aircraft with some of the best engine performance record in the world. This comes on the heels of global checks on CFM 56-7B engine after a fatal accident in the United States. Air Peace explained that its Boeing 737-300 and Boeing 737-500 aircraft are fitted with a CFM 56-3C engine. Following an engine explosion on a Southwest Airline flight mid-air on Tuesday, the 17th of April, killing 1 passenger among the 149 on board, United States and European airline regulators have ordered emergency inspections within 20 days of nearly 700 aircraft engines, similar to the one involved in the fatal Southwest accident, citing risk of a similar mishap. The directives from the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration and the European Aviation Safety Agency indicated rising concerns since a similar failure in 2016 of the same type of engine made by CFM International. These inspections also led to the cancellation of about 40 flights on Southwest schedule, though it did not announce how many engines it planned to inspect. The European agency has given airlines 9 months to check engines. Before then, the National Transportation Safety Board chairman told a news conference that he could not yet say if the incident, the first deadly airline accident in the United States since 2009, pointed to a fleet-wide issue in the Boeing 737-700.
Once they were on final approach, they clarified to the tower that there was no engine fire, but they were operating single engine, and they reported parts of the engine were missing. Now, at about the same location as the event unfolded, later, someone found a Southwest Airlines engine cowling at Burnville, Pennsylvania, which is about 70 miles northwest of here.
Come June 1, China will begin enforcing a new regulation applicable to civil unmanned aerial vehicles, commonly known as drones. This is aimed at tightening the management of drones for the operation of flights. The revised provisional regulation for civil UAV in operational flights was released by China's civil aviation regulator, the Civil Aviation Administration of China. Prior to the introduction of new regulations, UAV flights were often named flight demonstrations. However, after the regulation takes effect, UAV operators will receive operation permits for operation or training purposes.
6 final air accidents and serious incident reports have been released. These occurred in the Nigerian aviation industry between 2009 and 2014. The reports released include the accident involving an associated aircraft with registration number 5NBJY, conveying the body of former Governor of Ondo State Dr. Olusegun Agagu, which took place shortly after takeoff from the Murtala Mohammed Airport, Ikeja, Lagos.
As the revolutions permit, the pilot monitoring was concerned that the
Commissioner and CEO of AIB, Mr. Akin Olateru, presented the report, blaming the decision of the pilots to continue the takeoff of the aircraft, despite having been notified by the indicator on the cockpit that the second propeller of the aircraft was faulty.
Decision of the crew to continue the takeoff despite the abnormal number 2 propeller RPM indication. 2. Low altitude stall as a result of low thrust at start of roll for takeoff from number 2 engine, caused by an undetermined malfunction of the propeller control unit.
The Associated Airlines crash consumed the lives of 16 of its passengers, while only 4 survivors were taken out alive. The AIB report also blamed the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority (NCAA) for not effectively carrying out its oversight functions on the airworthiness of the aircraft and competences of the flight crew.
NCAA should ensure the enforcement of the regulations with regards to the implementation of operators' approved personnel training program. Safety recommendation number 2, NCAA should intensify its oversight function on the airline to ensure that flight operations are carried out in accordance with approved operations manuals in line with the provisions of the Nigerian Civil Aviation regulations. Safety recommendation number 3, NCAA should intensify its safety oversight on Associated Aviation Limited to ensure staff welfare issues and remunerations are settled promptly.
Another accident report released by AIB was that of Westlink Airlines Limited's Piper Aztec 23250 aircraft with registration number 5NBGZ, which occurred at Matseri Village, Bunza local government area of Kebbi State on August 11, 2014. Other serious incident reports involved Aero Contractors DHC 8400 aircraft incident with registration 5NBPT with the Nigerian Aviation Handling Company NACO baggage loader on April the 29th, 2014. 2 Bristol Helicopters aircraft, Bell 412 helicopters with registration numbers 5NBGS and 5NBDD at the Adex Base Helipad, Calabar, Cross River State on November the 12th, 2009. Also released were the final reports of incidents involving 2 aircraft belonging to Nigerian College of Aviation Technology, NCAT.
This is where we take a bow on the program. Next week is another date. I'm Bukola Joe Oketumbi.